Alright, so here's your homework from last night. Van asked me yesterday if he could use a homework pass on this. And first I was thinking, oh, this is too easy. We don't need to use a homework pass on it. But after I've taken a second look at it, it was really, really long. So if you need to use a homework pass on this assignment, just staple it to the assignment and turn it in after you've gone over it. So remember, the expectation is still that you seek to understand the homework assignment. So I'm going to fill in all the blanks and answer all the questions. And I'm probably going to have to break it into 2 videos. So starting with the first page, it asks us to list some possible drawbacks to inductive reasoning. Some possible drawbacks to inductive reasoning is that you overgeneralize. Also, that one counterexample can shatter your reasoning. Also, the generalizations that you make might be based on a limited number of observations and might not represent an entire population or entire set of events. So we need to make a conjecture. You eat a new kind of fruit and then suffer from hives for the first time in your life. A week later, you try the fruit again, only to have hives again. You have a similar experience a month later. So we can conclude that I am allergic to that fruit. Alright, a teacher gave all our classes true-false tests on the 7 consecutive Tuesdays. You can infer that there is a true-false test every Tuesday. And then we get to the sequences. We get to the numbers where we have to see what the pattern is. And so, in the first one, the pattern is we are multiplying by 2. And so if we multiply the last term by 2, we get 64. Now, we have the next one. This next pattern is a slight variation of Fibonacci sequence. What is happening in this pattern is that 1 plus 1 equals 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 5 plus 8 equals 13. So to get the next number, you must add the 2 previous numbers. So when we add 13 plus 8, we get 21. Now, in the next one, it's a lot harder to tell what's going on. We can tell that it's increasing each time. Let's look at how much it's increasing by. Here, we're increasing by 2. Then we are increasing by 3. And then we're increasing by 4. Then we're increasing by 5. And then 15 to 21, we're increasing by 6. For our next term, we should increase by 7. And you'll be at 28. Now, we need to make a conjecture about the next letter in the pattern. This is my favorite pattern, okay? So, it usually really trips students up. The next letter in this pattern is T. If you know why, please email me and let me know what you think. And if you are still confused and stumped, wait in anticipation for Tuesday. All right, now we get to some deductive reasoning, all right, where we have to use rules, statements, and or facts that are accepted to be true. So our first one is Beatrice is older than Catherine. And Michelle is younger than Catherine. Is Beatrice older or younger than Michelle? She's older. How do we know? Based on how ages work. Now, every cheerleader at Washington High School is a junior. Mary is a cheerleader at Washington High School. Is Mary a junior at Washington High School? Well, yes, because she's a cheerleader and all the cheerleaders are juniors. Now, we get to number 7, and we have a problem that takes a lot of brain power, okay? Edith, Ernie, and Eva have careers as economists, an electrician, and an engineer, but not necessarily in that order, all right? They're going to give us some facts to help us determine who is who. I'm going to show you one way you can organize your information. So we have Edith, Ernie, and Eva. They are an economist, an electrician, and an engineer. We are going to draw this table or this matrix to help us determine who is in what job. So the first piece of information is this. The economist does consulting work for Eva's business. So we can conclude that Eva is not the economist. Ernie hired an electrician, the electrician, to rewire his new kitchen. So now we can conclude that Ernie is not the electrician. The last bit of information is Edith earns less than the engineer. So Edith is not the engineer, but more than Ernie. So she earns more than Ernie, but they both earn less than the engineer. Well, then Ernie is not the engineer either. So we just figured out what Ernie is. Ernie is the economist. And so that means neither nor Ava are the economists. The only box that's left for Edith is the electrician. She must be the electrician. And no one else can be the electrician, so Eva must be the engineer. All right? Ernie is the economist. Edith is the electrician. And Eva is the engineer. All right. Then we get to number 8, and it says Boris and Natasha each own a very unique pet. One owns a monkey, the other owns an alligator. The alligator owner would like to own a golden retriever, but she is allergic to the animal here? Who owns the monkey? Well, whoever she is, if she is allergic to animal hair, then she does not own the monkey. Okay? So, between the names Boris and Natasha, Natasha sounds like the she name. And therefore, Boris owns the monkey. 9 and 10. The boys present at a meeting and give their ages as listed. A visitor decides all the boys in this club are at least 11 years old. Here, he observed the ages of all the boys, and he used inductive reasoning to make his conclusion. A juror serves on a case in which the charge is speeding. Upon finding out that the defendant has already been convicted several times for speeding, a juror mutters to himself, "The speeder is guilty." Again, they're looking at a pattern of behavior, and they're using inductive reasoning. On to the back. On his way to the office, Elmer said to himself, "I was late because the bell rang early." This is not logical. He's not using reasoning. This is neither. Number 12. This is deductive reasoning. 13 is inductive. 14 is deductive. And 15. Some scientists have controlled a gorilla's environment so that the gorilla has never seen any kind of tool used. One day, after gazing hungrily for some time at a banana that is just out of reach, the gorilla suddenly seizes a stick and rakes the banana up to his cage. Again, we have a neither situation. So then you read about conditional statements, hypothesis, and conclusions. And then you had to write these as conditional statements in if-then format. So, acute angles are less than 90 degrees. We can say if an angle is acute, then it is less than 90 degrees. "17. The game will be played provided it doesn't rain. If it does not rain, then the game will be played." All right, all runners are athletes. Well, if someone is a runner, then they are an athlete. We're going to pause there. We will finish going over the homework in the next video.